Hi, and welcome to EDU 554, Secondary Methods in Mathematics. I welcome you to this fall 2014 semester. I'm Paul Caron, your instructor for this semester. And we'll begin by going over some of the basics of the syllabus and the course requirements. First place you want to go to is probably Blackboard, because that will be the lifeline of the course. You should become acquainted with Blackboard if you're not already, and I use a very easy format for it. So the first thing I do is I send an announcement every week, so you'll be getting this announcement pretty soon, and it just tells you basically what I'm expecting from the first week here. And I will be making an announcement every single week and sending it as an email as well, so you should be well informed as to what is going on. You'll find the syllabus here, and the syllabus looks just like this. And this course outline, all the information you need from me is here. The text, I'll talk about that in a second, is just one text over here. And my office hours, if you're available to come, I'm in Lewiston-Auburn College, and then the main building. I'm here from 1:30 to 4, 1 o'clock to 3. If that's not convenient for you, I know this is an online class, so some people may be living far away, then Skype is a possibility, phone is a possibility, but by all means, text, email me, do anything that you can to get in touch with me. An overview of this is that you are learning pedagogical and content skill in the middle and secondary school classroom. Okay, so you're going to learn how students learn math, the conceptual development of math understanding, problem solving, and appropriate effective uses of technology and assessment. So this is what you're going to be doing for this semester. The basic thing is that every week there'll be a weekly exercise. I'll go over that in a few seconds. The unit plan outline, the lesson plan worksheet, 3 lesson plans, unit, and a video. The basic thing that I'm looking for is for you to teach math in some small way. You should have an internship somewhere in a classroom, in a secondary classroom, and hopefully you do have that. It's probably set up by your advisor. And when you're there, you'll be able to work and observe the students and observe teachers as well. And so by the end of the semester that you're teaching a lesson, it doesn't have to be a long lesson. It can be a short lesson, a piece of it, and one that you can video yourself and then assess yourself as well. Talk about that in a second here. Well, I will talk about that video right now because I know that some people don't like to be videoed, but that's just the nature of the game. In fact, you'll find many of your mentor teachers don't like it themselves, but it is a good way to critique your teaching and to learn. It's part of the learning process. So you will write a unit. That's basically what this means. So you will write a unit on any topic that you want. And the way you write a unit is you first outline it, and then you write lesson plans and worksheet and lesson plans. The final unit is due at the end of the semester. So, where do you get all this information? First of all, the textbook. I did not have you buy a textbook. The textbook is available in PDF format. This is the textbook coming up right here, and all 600 and so pages, or whatever it is, 600, 700 pages, including the index here, is on this PDF. If that's not convenient for you, or you can't download it onto your Kindle or whatever, then maybe you should buy the book, but it is very expensive, and I thought this would be a better way for you to just look at it. The book's in 2 separate sections. There are first 8 chapters that deal with basic understanding of teaching mathematics, such as the challenge of teaching, and let's keep going on here, tell you, and long range, short range planning, and so on. Then the last part of the book are different types of strategies to teach different topics, and then you might find that they're called enrichment units. You'll find that they might help you in getting some ideas for your own unit as well. So it depends on your own basic knowledge of mathematics. It depends on what classroom you're in. If you're in a sophomore class, most probably it's a geometry class. Then some of these topics might not be appropriate for them, and you might be in a pre-calc class. You might be in a statistics class. So depending on the class that you're in, then you would pick some of these as well, although you don't have to pick them from the book. The book is a guideline. It is very intensive, very long. I don't expect you to read the topics. For instance, if you want to read page 15 to 67 in the second week of the program, that's a lot of stuff. So what I have you do instead is that I have you do the weekly exercises. So, for instance, the week of September 1, the challenge of teaching. All right, so we go to the challenge of teaching, and then we look at, let's see, let's look at the page 13 here. So we go down to page 13, that's the end of the chapter. My suggestion is that you go to the end of the chapter and look at these exercises and find one that is interesting to you. And then you can go back and look at the appropriate content. But that's the one you're going to send me and write. That's what this means here. You're going to be doing a weekly exercise and sending it to me by the following Monday. So by September 8th, you'll answer a question of your own choosing, and I'll talk more about this later on in another video, but you will pick one from this chapter, and then you will discuss it as well. So it's just a beginning process before we get our hands dirty into actually teaching. Same thing for chapter 2. Now here there are many parts to this and different types of exercises, so you can just scroll down. Take a look at it, okay? I don't expect you to read everything. This is not a textbook that you would sit down to read. It's more of a handbook that you would use for guidance. So that's the textbook. There are course documents, outlines to give you. For instance, when you do your unit plan outline, this just gives you an idea of what I am looking for. So the unit plan outline looks like this as it's slowly coming up. And we have a cover page, unit rationale, and this. So this is the unit outline here. And then when we go on to the lesson plan worksheet, that would be the second thing that's due. And you can see these are the due dates. So that way you keep in touch with me, and you're also in the process of doing your final unit. And these are the things that I'm expecting here. And then finally, at the end of the semester, you're going to be doing your video self-reflection, and these are the things that you're going to be talking about in your video self-reflection. So you'll talk about what the lesson content was and where you need improvement and so on. So it's very small, very short type of reflection, but it is important that you do it. And then finally, I'm going to be adding videos here. Right now, this folder is empty. So when we get to that, I'll be giving you the link to those videos. They'll be on YouTube, and I'll be doing 1 week. So that's my promise to you. So hopefully this is clear for you. I suggest that if you have any questions, you can call me. Everything that you need for information on where to find me is up here. It's phone, email, room number as well. So I hope this has been informative for you. And again, I look forward to working with you this semester. Take care.